Hello, Stat 331. My name is Brennan Kelly,
And my name is Tatiana Lopez.
and today we are going to talk to you about the package DT, aka Data Table in R. So, you guys already know how to install the package and get it loaded, so let's just get on right to it and talk about the basic functionality. So, as you see where my cursor is right now, you can see that the package DT takes various attributes, and actually quite a lot. But below are the default arguments. And so, if we were to just run DT and using the dataset in Fertile, you can see that below is the base data table and kind of how everything looks. So the first thing you obviously notice is it's much prettier than originally in the console. And that's kind of the reason why we chose this package data table, because we wanted a way that could precisely show our data, but also a way where as students we could also interact with it and just change the way the data table looks and performs.
One feature that may be useful to know is the edit table argument. Edit table allows the user to edit the values on the table after it has been created. As you can see in the default table, you highlight a value and nothing happens. But when you run the code that has just been run, you can click on a value and change it to, let's say, 45, and the data table updates to that value.
All right, so on top of that, let's say someone wanted to change the column headers. So by default, DT shows the column names of the data table, and you can use custom character vector for the table headers. And there are a few possibilities and ways that one can do this. So the first is by changing all of the column headers at once. So by listing out the code below, and listing out the characters, here are some new names for the table. One can see, and probably guess what would happen, is that below, here are some new names for the table. And the column headers have been changed.
Now let's say you only want to change one column name, and instead of typing out all the column names, you can provide a shorter numeric or character vector as the index vector to replace a subset of the column names. As you can see here, the column name has been changed from education to schooling.
All right, and now let's say we wanted to filter through the data table a little bit instead of just changing the headers or editing the table. You could type in code data table invert and filter and place a filter at the top. Now what this does is instead of the generic filter in the search bar we had before, now we have a filter at the top of each column. So we wanted to go to education, for example, and look at just the 0 to 5 years, we can do that.
The last feature we will show you is the caption argument. This argument allows you to add a table caption for your data table. By typing in the code, you can create your own caption for your table.
Now let's say we wanted this caption to be maybe somewhere else besides just the top and in the middle. Now down below, you can see you can put the style in the caption and put it in the bottom. You can text the line and put it in the bottom center. So now this would probably also look as you would assume, but is really nice and is in the middle, bottom instead of the top. So Tatiana, knock knock.
Who's there?
Orange.
Orange who?
Orange, you glad you watched our presentation on DT? Thank you guys for listening.